I'm sorry, Knicks fans, that we just had to watch that together. The New York Knicks were so pathetic tonight. And I'm just going to bring you guys some truth right now. The New York Knicks don't have a future star on this roster. The New York Knicks don't have a star on this roster. The New York Knicks have solid, mediocre, good players. And the New York Knicks will forever be mediocre, will forever be in the play-in, will forever be a first-round exit if we go to the playoffs, as long as we don't have a megastar. In today's NBA, you need megastars. The New York Knicks don't have that. And maybe there would be more of a ceiling to this team if we had a head coach that isn't stuck in the 1990s with these offensive sets that everyone looks like they're being treated like 2013 Carmelo Anthony. Give the ball to someone, let them go to work. No one's being played throughout their strengths at all. But individual performances wise, it was just bad. And we haven't beaten this Brooklyn Nets team since 2020. We haven't won in the Barclays Center since 2019. You would think there would be some hunger. You would think there would be some discipline. But no, the New York Knicks were straight up trash. Sorry if you just heard some squeaking when it came to my chair. And I know what some people are going to think. You're going up against Kevin Durant. You really think you have a shot? Well, entering this game, the Brooklyn Nets were 4-7. And I understand they have a brand new coach there of Jock Vaughn, who I have a lot of respect for. And even when he took over one time as an interim coach after they fired Kenny Atkinson, did a decent job. And he looks like he's doing a decent job once again. He deserves that gig. But when it comes to the NBA, like any given night, a team has a chance to win. There's a chance to be an upset. The Indiana Pacers are young and experienced. I understand they have talent, and they're playing well. They go on to defeat the Brooklyn Nets. And there's been so many games, since when they've had Kevin Durant, when they've had Kyrie Irving, that young teams just upset them. The New York Knicks just aren't capable of beating this Brooklyn Nets team. It's just something bad always happens when we have a chance to beat the Brooklyn Nets, even if it's without Kevin Durant, even without a Kyrie Irving, without a Ben Simmons. Remember that game that we were pretty much healthy. They didn't have their key guys. We're up over 20 points. Cam Thomas, amazing in that fourth quarter, brings them back, hits a dagger. Other games, of course, Kyrie Irving hits a big three down the stretch. Mitchell Robinson's stupid foul, sends the Nets to the free throw line to win the game. The New York Knicks constantly shoot themselves in the foot. But this game was different because the game wasn't even competitive. The game was a piece of dog shit. From start to finish, the Nets destroyed us for 48 minutes of basketball, and there was no good individual performance. There was no good team performance. There's no excuse. The Knicks were trash. There was no ball movement. There was no communication. We were out of sorts. It's just when Brunson went to pass to someone, I forgot who it was at the top of my head. It was Cam Reddish. He moved out of his spot. This team is not on the same page right now. They just aren't. And Kevin Durant was freaking fantastic. Kevin Durant continues to show why he's one of the best players on planet Earth. You throw a double team at him. You throw triples at him. You trap him. It doesn't matter. He makes the right read out there on the floor, and he finished with over 10 assists in this game. Randall had some solid, tough defensive possessions on Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant hit some of the most ridiculous shots in the game. It is insane how good Kevin Durant is. But who was one of the most atrocious players on the floor tonight was Jalen Brunson. I understand Jalen Brunson scored in the third quarter, but if you watch Jalen Brunson tonight, it was easily his worst game as a New York Knicks so far. He had tunnel vision. He couldn't read the floor to save his life. Instead of making the easy read, he would put up a stupid push shot, floater, there was no ball movement. There was no leader tonight. And he was getting cooked defensively. He was over dribbling like crazy. And that comes down to the coach too. The coach needs to hold these guys accountable. We have to have a proper structure offensively, and the New York Knicks do not have that. But Brunson was getting cooked by Edmond Sumner, who had nearly 20, might have finished with 20 points when he was defending him out there on the floor. Edmond Sumner shooting under 30% from three entering this game, and he made 2 threes right off the bat. He's averaging 6 points per game entering this game, and he surpassed that. His dribble penetration cooked the New York Knicks. He hit some threes in this game as well. Edmond Sumner, I got to give him credit, but we were not able to chase anyone off of the three-point line. We just got absolutely cooked throughout this game. Claxton set the tone with those hook shots, being physical in the inside, with rebounds, being a good defensive presence. Randall was raining threes from the outside. I got to give credit to Randall there. He was scoring the ball when everyone else wasn't scoring the ball, but at the end of the day, he also had very stupid turnovers. A lot of this team had stupid turnovers and stupid shot shot selection. RJ in transition took just like we're down 20 points. Let me just take a transition three that's contested. Stupid turnovers by RJ Barrett, bad awareness out there on the floor. Cam Reddish took stupid shots. All around, there's not one player to blame. Everyone should be blaming themselves tonight. Everyone should be blaming themselves tonight. Derrick Rose continues to look atrocious coming off the bench. There's no positives. There literally is no positives. Maybe there were some nice moments from Jericho Sims defensively, set some solid screens. He played his ass off. But outside of that, yeah, RJ, he had some nice buckets in this game. He drew fouls, but he struggled from the free throw line tonight. There was a couple shots. I'm like, damn, you have to make that. Like, RJ Barrett's a Knick. I'm not just hating on him to hate on him, but oh my gosh, like, I've never seen a player like in a Knicks uniform just miss so many point-blank layups. Like, it's just so bad. What we saw just overall, it was disgusting, undisciplined basketball. Everyone not on the same page. So there was a moment that we didn't score, like, through the first 8 minutes of this game, we scored 3 baskets. The score was 24-8. Like, there was little runs, like Fournier knocked down a 3, like, nice screen from Isaiah Hartenstein, quickly floater, 5-0 run, we cut it to 11, but it didn't matter because after that, Seth Curry was cooking us. He was making multiple three-pointers, and in that third quarter, when we finally started playing defense, we were down like a million points, though. We were down like over 20 points, and we cut it around to like a 15-point lead, but it didn't matter because we couldn't score offensively. Like, the last 5 shots we didn't go on to make to end that third quarter. Just the offense is just so damn atrocious. Maybe Obi had some solid moments, but I'm not going to sit here and say Obi played well. I'm not going to sit here and say Quickly played well. Hartenstein played well. No one played well. It starts with the coach, and the players didn't execute. It was just some of the worst basketball. Again, Randall contested some nice shots of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant knocked down some difficult shots. But overall, there was sometimes just bad effort, especially when Cam Thomas came off that screen that one time in the third quarter. Fournier didn't even bother to contest that. This team just played gutless. This team is mediocre. As long as the team doesn't have a megastar, we're just going to be stuck in mediocrity. And same thing with, like, it's going to start with Tibbs as well. Like, Tibbs is going to be one of the main reasons we're in mediocrity. I know it's a star-studded league, but if you look at Tibbs' philosophy, and I'll forever say it, Tibbs will come in, set a culture, but there's nothing that he'll do beyond that because teams will adjust to his bland-ass offense. He's going to get guys to play hard, but he's just too basic of a head coach. Like, his offense is way too vanilla. He doesn't elevate player skill sets. He doesn't. And what we saw tonight, we weren't even competitive. Just disgusting, awful game. Just bad. Like, I thought this team was going to come out more hungry, but we didn't. Just nothing positive to take away. Let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.